That was my question.
Okay. Yeah. I would still take you back to this idea. I would still take you back to this idea that when you're stuck, to just focus on the small things. Life can be very overwhelming, but there's always something you can do. Like you can wake up, you can get dressed, you can make your bed, you can get something to eat, you can take a step. So I think the worst thing is when you stop trying, when you stop trying to do anything that's right. So I would just say that when you're in a storm, you take the baby steps. Baby steps are the small things that you can do. And if you do those small things one by one, you can come out of it. So I think there's always something we can do. Yeah, we can run out of energy, we can run out of strength, but there's always something small. And sometimes when you do the small things and you just keep doing the next right thing, you find things working out. But if you just sit and give up, it's like Job in the Bible. Job had his friends, and they were telling him, now you are finished, you just curse God and die. But there's a way that Job was able to come out of this situation, even when he had a disease or when he was so badly off. There's a way that God can help us come out. So on the screen there's a picture of Job. Remember Job in the Bible? He's also in the Quran. Quran talks about Job. And his friends were just telling him, you just cuss God and you die. But he said, no, I kept his faith. He did the small things that he could. And then with time, the situation changes. So I believe that the grace of God is sufficient for any problem that comes to us in life. There's no room to just give up and to be paralyzed. There's always something we can do, even in the most difficult situations. But it's true, sometimes you lack strength and you need a friend or people around you that can help you pick up and move forward.
Thank you very much. I want to
add something on that.
All right, briefly.
Okay, I have been practicing something called gratitude. Like, there was a time I was so depressed and I was very down up. I had no energy. But one thing which gave me energy every day when I woke up is being gratitude for what I have at that moment. And remember all those things grateful that maybe have happened to me at past. Every day when I do such kind of things will help you gain more.
Being grateful.
Yeah, being grateful. It helps you, let's say, energy, energize yourself.
All right. Thank you.
Yeah, and there's a kind of a strength. There's a strength that comes when we do that. Like just by being grateful, by saying, thank you, God. I don't know why this thing has come, but thank you. If just saying that, you disorganize the plans of Satan to depress you and to keep you down. So a lot of it is spiritual, it is psychological, and being grateful, counting your blessings is a way to disorganize the plan of the enemy to keep us depressed, because depression is the biggest killer.
Thank you very much.
Right.
Neema, please.
Thank you, Uncle T, for the sharing. I would like to add some. This sharing reminds me some of the Bible verse which says, in this world there is trouble, but Jesus wants us to take a heart because he won the world. So we take him as an example. He said that there is a trouble. He knows that there is. So we have to take a heart and because he won. So this reminds me that we have to go back and search for our nature, and we come to realize that who are we and who created us, that God in fact is our provider, our helper, our everything. So we have to go back to God and ask for help when we see that we can't do anything. And this challenge reminds me some of my lyrics that I wrote way back that said, I just want to say something. It's reached the time in life, things are going the way we never liked, though we keep on fight. We try to fight to get something right, but we fail. We go back to the work, we get fired. Oh no, oh no. But it's right, remind us that there is always tomorrow. Tomorrow to be the way we want to be, tomorrow to see the way we want to see. If only we never give it up, if only we take courage and keep up. Be strong and courageous, leave the fear down, stand at your face, you have to overcome. Even though you pass difficult time, believe in God and make your things fine. Move like a soldier, hold your dream on your shoulder. You are the dream holder. Face challenge upon, be strong, move from your comfort zone, be strong.
Wow.
This sharing remind me some of the lyrics. So be strong and courageous, beat the fear down, stand at your face, you have to overcome. Even though you pass difficult time, believe in God and make your things fine. So I think the end of the solution is God. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Uncle,
Yeah, I like that verse also that says, in this world, I like that verse that says, in this world you will have tribulation. I mean, it's just normal. Those storms are normal. So, you know, it teaches us that that God has designed this world in such a way that storms will come. And if we didn't have those storms, we would never develop the deep roots, just like the trees in that experiment. They were not exposed to any storm, any wind. They would collapse because they didn't have roots. So God has allowed storms to come in this world. Don't be surprised. Jesus said, in this world you will have trouble, but be of good cheer. Find ways to encourage yourself, press on, because there's always tomorrow, as she has said. All right. Anything else as we are winding up here?
Big brother has some questions and compliments. Over to you, brother. Member, you're most welcome. Yeah.
Yeah, thank you, Uncle Tim, for sharing with us. Mine is just one, and I've learned it recently that sometimes in life we fail to move from where we are stuck because we want to maintain what is called a perfect image. Like, for example, you, Uncle Tim, being a senior leader of Cornerstone, you're on your storm and like you don't want to share with someone because you want to maintain that perfect image. But I think biblically, I mean, in the Bible, even Jesus at some point, he seemed to be down and he wanted the company of the friends. He sometimes asked the disciples if they can stay and pray with him. So I just want to encourage members here and whoever will watch this video that we are meant to relate. And when you fail somewhere, it's good to ask for help. It's good to tell someone, like, I've not made it well, can you stand with me? I was telling someone of recent that to one way or the other, I've also learned, I am mentoring some few people, and I began mentoring them when they realized my weaknesses, when they realized my challenges, and they felt that I am passing through what they also are passing through, and they felt like we are sharing something in common, and maybe we can share experiences. So I want to encourage everyone that challenges are there in life, and we should not maintain the perfect image. Sometimes it's okay to fail and to raise up again. God bless you, Uncle Tim.
Thank you. Yeah, it's very true. Even as leaders, we are not perfect. We get problems, we make mistakes, and we need at least a few people that we can confide in. I mean, if you're in a big leadership position, you don't share out every weakness that you have, but you should at least have a small group of confidential friends that you can kind of share with when you're patient and stuff like that. But yeah. Anyone else before we close?
Esther, do you have anything to share? As Esther thinks about it, Uncle, perhaps what would be your final remarks for young people who take long to get married and to marry? Because I feel like that's an area where people really have stress. Ladies who feel like years have gone, guys who feel like they are now old, they're almost in the middle age crisis. Guys are laughing here, but is it true? Yeah, they're saying it's true. So, Uncle, please.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Well, I would just say that the modern world is stressing many people in this way, because the world that you are living in is not the world of your grandfather and your grandmother. And in those olden days, marriages were even arranged by the relatives. You didn't have to struggle. But now in the modern age, you have to work at getting a good partner. And it's not easy. But I would just say to you, to be strong. The example that I can share with you is the example of my own daughter. And I'll put her picture back on the screen here. Is an example of God's faithfulness. I went through a big storm for some years because my daughter was very sick. She was depressed. She tried committing suicide twice. It was a big storm in our family for like 2 years. And she thought she had messed up her life. And she got married when she was 30, and she even was wondering whether she would have children. But when I look at her now, I think she's about 35. And she's married to a great guy. She has a baby. So some of these things that we see that are like life seems to be passing us up. Her story reminds me to never give up. It's never too late. It's better to be slow and get into a right relationship at the right time than to rush into something just because you think time is going. I don't think any of you are over 30, but you have seen, like, she was also wondering whether she would ever have a family, but she's now okay. So just realize that in the modern world, people are getting married late. Don't set false timetables for yourself. I would also encourage girls to be a bit more proactive in reaching out to the good guys. Some of the best guys in this world are shy, and African girls, you are just waiting for someone to come to you. But sometimes you have to go to them. This is a world where women are empowered. Women are empowered. Like your grandmother, everything was organized for her. She had no choice even who she was going to marry. But in the modern world, you as ladies, you have to be a bit proactive, especially if you see a good gunny. But when I got married, I didn't have money. We built our family together. So just look at the character of a person and don't rush. That's my advice, Sam.
Thank you. If your sister comes over, please don't say, hey, you want to, what do you It's normal, okay? Are we together? Yeah, so Uncle, we want to do a short chorus for you, so we will mute the mic just for 2 minutes, then we'll get back to you. Brandon, please.
All right. The mic is muted. Unmute. I want to hear your voices.
Okay, Mr. Brownlee, go ahead. All of us. Okay, so we go. We love you. We sing songs special for you. What a blessing to have you. You are a special gift from God. We love you. We love you. We sing songs special for you. A blessing to have you. You are a special gift from God. We love you. Special for you. All I bring to love you. You are a special gift from God. Uncle, that's the message.
Asante sana, Mungu akubariki.
That's the message.
Asante sana, Mungu akubariki.
Amen.
Amen.
Amen. So, the
Amen.
students, I would say the only students from this part of the world, we had about, I think in our registration, our target was about 30 people, but 26 people have showed up. This time we really emphasized we wanted all the students, so we only have one friend around. Well, actually there are two friends. One of them is from AYF and another one is a very good friend of Cosa for about how many years? 5 years. She has been around for 5 years. Yeah, so thank you very much, Uncle Tim. And we are blessed to have
Okay.
you. Yeah.
All right. Bye, guys. Nice to be with you.
Bye.
We love you.
Love you too. Bye-bye.